Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Finance with Avrin. Today in this video, I'm getting into the top 5 no penalty CDs, certificate of deposits, ranked by APY, annual percentage yield. For those new here, no penalty CDs are a unique savings option that lets you lock in an interest rate while still giving you the flexibility to withdraw your money without any fees. So stick around and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more finance tips to grow your money smarter. With CD yields starting to decline, it's more important than ever to find the best options. Now, earlier this year, I did a video on the Fed's funds rate in relation to savings and CD rates. And also every month, I do ranking videos on deposit accounts, whether it be savings accounts or CD accounts. So if you've been locked in with me here on the channel, then you already know about yields being on the decline and some of the reasons behind that. So there's some changing in this ranking compared to the last time I did this specific kind of video back in June 2024. And I have the video separated into chapters. So if you want to skip to a certain section, that's totally fine. And before we get into an honorable mention for the list, in the top 5 list, I'm going to go over some of the features that all of these accounts have in common, so I'm not repeating it over and over again for each account. Let's get into that section. First up, and most importantly, all of these accounts in this video are either FDIC insured or NCUA insured. For the banks that I'm talking about in this video with CD accounts, they're going to be FDIC insured. And the credit unions that made it to the top 5 list are NCUA insured. I'm going to tell you about both of these. FDIC insured, very important, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. The banks in this video have FDIC insurance on their CD accounts. And so FDIC was an independent agency created by Congress during the Great Depression to instill safety and security and confidence in the banking system. And what they do pretty much is they protect your deposits in accounts up to $250,000. So if something would happen to that bank or financial institution with FDIC insurance, they go bankrupt, they go under, collapse, anything like that, the FDIC insurance would step in and pretty much give your money back to you. Any bank that's had that FDIC insurance that's gone under, customers at banks with FDIC insurance have never lost their funds. So there has definitely been banks that have collapsed, gone bankrupt, pretty much had to, shut down. And the ones with FDIC insurance, customers that had their money there, they were made whole through the FDIC insurance. Now, most banks and financial institutions with FDIC insurance don't collapse, but if they do, and if some of them have, then FDIC insurance would step in. And now NCUA is the National Credit Union Share Insurance Fund that was created by Congress in 1970 to insure members' deposits in federally insured credit unions. Each credit union member has at least $250,000 in total coverage. So it's the same amount pretty much typically as FDIC insurance. And the Share Insurance Fund also has the backing of the full faith and credit of the United States. And credit union members have never lost even a penny of insured savings at a federally insured credit union. So very similar to FDIC insurance as far as the amounts and the backing and the security of it. Now, next up, all of these APYs in this video are fixed rate APYs. So that means they are going to stay the same for the entire term of the CD, whether it be 6 months, 4 months, 11 months, 13 months, whatever the term of the CD is, that APY will stay the same month to month, day to day, week to week. You don't have to worry about it changing, dropping down, or anything like that. Now, if that CD drops their APY for new customers, down 0.10%, down 1% or something like that, that's not going to affect you because you already have that APY locked in. Now, on the other hand, if they raise the CD for new customers, then that's not going to affect you either. However, that's a little bit more unfortunate because you have that rate locked in at that, let's say 4.50%, and then they offer 5%. Well, you're still at 4.50% while they're offering 5%. So it goes both ways. It works for you and kind of, I guess, not really against you, but you know what I mean, kind of a pro and a con to that. However, these are no penalty CD accounts, which means you can, take your money out after that sometimes they have a lockup period, that 7 months, 30 days or something like that, initial lockup period. But after that amount, you can withdraw your whole funds and then open up a new CD with that higher APY if you want. All right, now that we've gone over some of the main features that all of these accounts have in common, let's get into the honorable mention of the list and then the top 5 list. In the honorable mention we have here that kind of surprised me because you don't often see big major banks with a no penalty type of CD at a nice high yield. And right here we have Bank of America offering a 12-month certificate of deposit at 3.85% APY. Now, this is a no penalty CD. However, on the Bank of America website, they call it a flexible CD, which, no penalty CDs are flexible in the sense that you can withdraw the money and interest gained from the CD after a few days, usually about a week, without any kind of fees. So it is flexible. So yeah, that flexible CD is a no penalty CD, and Bank of America currently offers this one 12 months at 3.85% APY. There's a minimum $1,000 initial deposit required to open this CD, and the interest interest is compounded and credited monthly. Now, a full withdrawal without any fees may be made 7 days after funding the account. Calculation example for this one: if you had $25,000 in this Bank of America flexible CD for 12 months at 3.85% APY, after 12 months, that $25,000 would grow to about $25,962.50. So total interest earned would be like $962.50. The history of Bank of America dates back to October 1904, when Amadeo Pietro Giannini founded the Bank of Italy in San Francisco. In 1922, Bank of America Los Angeles was established with Giannini as a minority investor. In 1928, Giannini merged his bank with Bank of America Los Angeles. Bank of Italy was renamed on November 3, 1930 to Bank of America National Trust and Savings Association. Bank of America is the second largest bank in the United States based on total assets, and they provide a large variety of financial products and service. Bank of America headquarters is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, that honorable mention almost made it in the top 5 list by 0.10%. So let's get into the top 5 list now. Starting with number 5 here is the Sallie Mae 14-month certificate of deposit at 3.95% APY. Now, back when I did this ranking video in June 2024, this CD was at 4.75% APY. But since then, Sallie Mae has lowered the APY on this CD to 3.95%. And there's a $1 minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. And a full withdrawal without any fees may be made 30 days after account opening. Calculation example for this CD: if you had $25,000 in this 14-month CD at 3.95% APY, after 14 months, that $25,000 will grow to about $26,155.83. So total interest earned of about $1,155.83. Sallie Mae's scope of business has changed drastically since they were founded in 1972. Initially, they were a government entity that serviced federal education loans, and since then they became private and began offering private student loans. Sallie Mae also offers various savings deposit products. Their headquarters is in Newark, Delaware. And at number 5 is the Ally 11-month certificate of deposit at 4% APY. Now, I recently did a review and overview video about the Ally CD accounts. And if you want to check that out and learn more about them, I'll leave a link down in the description. And with this Ally CD, there is no minimum deposit required to open the account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. A full withdrawal without any fees may be made 7 days after funding this account. Calculation example for this one: if you had $25,000 in this Ally CD for 11 months at 4% APY, after 11 months, that $25,000 will grow to about $25,915.16. So total interest earned would be around $915. Ally Financial was formerly known as GMAC, General Motors Acceptance Corporation, until 2010. GMAC was founded in 1919 by General Motors. Ally is one of the largest car finance companies in the United States. Ally Bank offers various accounts including checking, savings, CDs, and money market accounts, as well as investment products and loans. Ally headquarters is in Detroit, Michigan. And at number 3 is the Marcus by Goldman Sachs certificate of deposit. They have 3 different terms available for their no penalty CD. They have a 7-month, 11-month, and 13-month CD account available at 4.20% APY. Now, these CDs were previously at 4.70% APY back when I did this ranking video in June 2024, and then it dropped to around 4.50% a few months after that, because I remember just kind of looking for no penalty CDs and kind of seeing where they're headed with the yields when I was working on a no penalty CD ranking video. Since then, it's dropped down a little bit further to 4.20% APY. Still a nice high yield, but it is on the decline like many other yields are for saving deposits. And with each of these CDs, there's a $500 minimum deposit required to open either one of them. And for all 3 of these CDs, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. A full withdrawal without any fees may be made 7 days after funding the accounts. Now, for a calculation example for this one, I'm going to choose the 13-month term. So if you had $25,000 in this Marcus by Goldman CD for 13 months at 4.20% APY, after 13 months, that $25,000 would grow to about $26,139.47. So total interest earned would be around $1,139. Marcus by Goldman Sachs is an online bank that offers a savings account and multiple term CD accounts. Marcus by Goldman Sachs is a brand of Goldman Sachs that was launched in 2016. Goldman Sachs is one of the largest banks in the United States based on total assets, and they were founded in 1869 in New York, where their headquarters still remains. And at number 2 in this list, we have a tie. First up here, we have the TechCU, Technology Credit Union, 5-month certificate of deposit at 4.50% APY. This CD account was on my ranking video in June 2024 at 5.15%. However, since then, they've lowered the APY down to 4.50%. And this CD is offered by Raisin. And if you're unfamiliar with what Raisin is, I have a section about it after the ranking list, so you can learn more about that product and service if you're unfamiliar with it. And with this TechCU CD, there's a $1 minimum deposit required to open it, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. A full withdrawal without any fees may be made 30 days after account opening. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this 5-month CD at 4.50% APY, after 5 months, that $25,000 would grow to about $25,462.74. So total interest earned on this CD would be around $462. Technology Credit Union was formed in 1960 by some employees at the Fairchild Camera and Instrument Semiconductor Division. They offer deposit accounts, loans, wealth management, and more to their members. TechCU headquarters is in San Jose, California. Also tied at number 2 is the Mission Valley Bank 3-month certificate of deposit at 4.50% APY. This CD is also offered by Raisin, and previously this CD was on my ranking video in June 2024 at 5.25% APY. However, since then, the APY has been lowered down to 4.50%. There's a $1 minimum deposit required to open this CD, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. A full withdrawal may be made without any fees associated with it 30 days after account opening. Calculation example for this CD, if you had $25,000 in this CD for 3 months at 4.50% APY, after 3 months, that $25,000 would go up to about $25,276.62. So total interest earned in that 3 months would be around $276. Mission Valley Bank is an independent community-owned bank founded in 2001 with a headquarters in Sun Valley, California. When they started, they were the first new independent bank in more than 4 years in the San Fernando Valley. They offer various commercial and personal banking products and services. And at number 1, we have the Ponce Bank 4-month certificate of deposit at 4.60% APY. This CD is also offered by Raisin, and previously this CD was at 5.20% APY when I did the ranking video for no penalty CD accounts in June 2024. However, since then, that APY has been lowered down to 4.60%. There's a $1 minimum deposit required to open this CD, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. A full withdrawal without any fees may be made 30 days after account opening. Calculation example for this one, if you had $25,000 in this Ponce Bank CD for 4 months at 4.60% APY, after 4 months, that $25,000 would grow to about $25,377.60. So total interest earned for 4 months in this CD would be around $377. Ponce Bank is a community bank that was founded in 1960 by Puerto Rican migrants in the Bronx, New York. The bank opened in March 1960 after other banks had left the Bronx, which was perceived by some as a declining community. The founders saw the potential of the neighborhood and wanted to provide financial investments. Ponce Bank offers personal and business banking services, including checking accounts, savings accounts, and loans. Their headquarters is in Bronx, New York. With a few of these accounts being offered by Raisin, I want to talk to you some about Raisin. If you're familiar with it, you can skip ahead of this section. Now, Raisin is a service that is available online for free. You can open a no-fee Raisin account in minutes to help you grow your money in accounts that you would not typically have available to you. How does it work? Let me show you and tell you about that. So Raisin is kind of like a middleman, so to speak. You, the customer, has an account with Raisin. You got your dashboard. You can see your accounts, everything on that dashboard with Raisin. You have the account with them. You initiate the funds and the transactions through Raisin. The funds are transferred by Raisin, their payment processor, from your linked external bank account to the product bank. So whichever bank you have the, in this sense, a CD with, if you chose a CD with Technology CU or Ponce Bank, that money is going to get transferred to that bank through Raisin from you. And their platform is basically like an online marketplace where you can access deposit products. And Raisin basically partners with the federally insured banks and credit unions across the United States to offer saving products with top rates through that one easy to use online marketplace. So when you have this account with Raisin, opening deposit accounts, you don't have just access to one account and that's it. You can choose products from multiple banks and credit unions and manage them all through the one single Raisin account. And each month you'll get a statement showing balances and earned interest across all the deposits you're holding. And Raisin doesn't have your money. They're not holding it or anything like that. That federally insured bank or credit union will always be the one actually holding your cash. If you've seen one of my no penalty CD account videos before, you may have noticed that it was Raisin by SafeBetter. So Raisin was previously known as SafeBetter. However, since then they've changed the product to just Raisin without the SafeBetter name. Some of these CD accounts on my ranking list right here in the top 5 are available through Raisin, but not available outside of it. So like if you go to the website for one of those CD accounts that's offered by Raisin, you might not see that CD account. And it's not to say like, hey, this doesn't exist. It's just that it's only offered through Raisin. So yes, that's some information on the Raisin service. If you want even more information, they have a very detailed website you could go to learn more about their products and services. Hopefully this breakdown of the top 5 no penalty CD accounts gives you some information about possible options out there to park your money. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on the best ways to make your money work for you. Let me know in the comments which CD caught your eye, or if you have any experience, questions, or comments about any of them. Thank you all for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.